Hey guys, this is Cyril Jeet, your best friend in business. And today I have on this show Mr. Steve Tari. I've known Steve for a while now. He's a successful coach and also he's got a very successful SaaS software business. Steve has been around for a while. He has a company called Harvey Tech, and it's actually the parent company of a brand that is quite well known. It's called Mega Suit. And in Mega Suit, there are like a number of products that I have seen being adopted and used by a lot of people. There is agency, iCelerate, and there is also Phase Drip. So he's got actually a number of successful products out in the market, and he's built quite a successful online business. And he's working from home. It's a 100% remote business. It's quite, I do a remote business myself. I run my business from my home, sometimes from cafes, and it's really nice to see the kind of work people can do just sitting at their home or wherever they want to be and working on an international level. So I'm not going to keep you any longer on me. Welcome, Steve, and let us know. Let's get started by with a little bit about you. I did introduce you, but I think the first question I want to ask you is how did you actually get started? This is a legendary journey, but how did you start? The first step, what got you in here?
How we got started was, I actually have lots of local clients that we work with, right? We actually provide services for them and creating trainings for their staffs, their agencies. That was actually part of what we do, part of the offer we made, right? So I was actually heading for an event someday, and I got a call from one of our agent, one of our clients asking if we could actually do a quick training for that team, right? I was actually in a very noisy place, and I was like, oh, how could I do this? I had to take my camera, my iPhone into the restroom. Was actually trying to create something really fast. I was like, I now have an eureka moment. That moment, I was like, come on, there is so much AI is doing these days. How about I could actually do this thing using AI without actually having the need to put my face on camera, right? I think this thing is actually very possible, right? And we've created something like that in Phase Drip. I was like, okay, how about we do this now? How about you go in here, type in some prompts, right, and use the power of AI, right, to generate something I could easily send to my clients, right, that actually solves their problem. And at the same time, the fact that I'm actually at a very noisy place, right, I'm actually having a whole lot, dealing with a lot of family stuffs, right, and I'm working from home, and I wasn't actually at the office or something like that. I could actually easily put it out there without
I get
any
you, Steve.
restriction,
I get you. AI is
right?
amazing. And
Yeah,
I know that inspiration can
exactly.
strike anywhere. And
Yeah,
you came up with the idea of the product that we're going to talk about today, Courseller, while you were
yeah,
making a training in a restroom. That's amazing. That's the
yeah.
first one. So that's
It
cool.
was quite
I'm
funny.
sure
Yeah,
I'm sure the audience is going to like this. So
yeah,
yeah, I know you're talking about Courseller. This is an app that you have created to help people create courses online, and I've used it myself. I was actually quite impressed by how fast it can generate mini courses. And the best thing I like about it is that it's got these AI questions and kind of just asks you a couple of questions, and it kind of works. So Steve,
yeah.
what exactly are you trying to do with this app? Who are you trying to help, and what is your audience target? And I think the most important question is, which I'm sure our audience also wants to know, how can people use it in their business or to monetize it in a way that can benefit them?
That's a very, very good question, right? So back to my backstory and how it started, right? So I was like, if I could actually do this thing in the bathroom, right? I in the restroom, I could actually, well, how about we create something that could actually make it easy for virtually anybody, right? That democratizes the processes of creating courses, right? So thereby, you don't need to be seasoned. You don't need to be a developer. You don't need to be a coach. You don't need to be a seven-figure earner. Just virtually about anyone can tap into the e-learning industry. Something that someone could just, as long as you can actually type a prompt, and a prompt that is as easy as saying, how can I create a course for diet? That's just a question. As long as you can ask a question, there is an AI that responds to these questions and creates a course for you based on that question, right? So we just decided, okay, how can we make this as simple as possible? Now, after creating the courses, we understand that there are various steps, right? One is creating the research. The next one is creating the courses. The other one is getting students to enroll in these courses, right? So that's what we are able to solve, right? We solve the ability to research, right? AI does the research for you. AI creates the courses for you. Then the next one is you don't need to put your face on camera. That those are camera shy, right? They are not everyone are like as bold as Cyril, right? So some person
Right.
actually camera shy. So if you don't want to put your face on camera, should that stop you from actually tapping into the e-learning industry? I said no, of course not, right? So now we decided to add the avatars, the human-like avatars. So the human-like avatars actually does the talking for you. I sit back with sales, right?
Yeah,
Then we
I've
also
I've
have
seen the app, Steve, and I can totally agree with you on this point.
yeah,
This is the simplest app I have seen that create stuff based on AI. Now, one
thank
of
you
the
very
trickiest things about AI is you need to be quite a prompt engineer to get anything of high value out of it. And I really
yeah,
like the way you design the interface. It's like you said in the beginning itself, you just tell the AI what course you want to create, and it just kinds of takes over and just creates the course very fast. So in my experience, when I use the app, I just answered like 3 questions and it was already done. So that was an interesting thing. I
yeah.
want to ask you one more question about this. Like, I didn't use it for too long, but I use it with a couple of different niches and it worked just fine for both of them. Is there any ideal niche that it can do? Is there a limitation about the niches? What are the niches that people can target with this?
Okay, yeah. So like you could actually work for virtually for every niche, right? So you could pick a keyword, you could pick your niche. It works for mobile app develop any niche at all, even AI niches, any niche at all. It works for local niches, it works for moms and pops, any niche. You could create any niche that wants to learn, wants to grow, can have a course created for them, right?
So
So
you just need a
virtually
keyword.
anything.
You just need to put in the keyword of the niche, and that's it. Yeah, no special knowledge
Exactly.
required. Yeah.
Exactly. So you can put in a keyword, you can put in a question, you can put in a subtopic, whatever you have, right? So we had to simplify it to make it as simple to use as possible, right? So you don't need to go do weeks of research looking for keywords, right? You could just come there, just put in your question, whatever question you have. Our AI can actually has in deep learning that could analyze the keyword and understand the specific niche that this keyword falls into, right? Then create a course based on that.
Okay,
Yeah,
Steve, is there any kind of credit system in there? Like, I created 2 videos. It was done pretty fast, and I was wondering how many videos can a person create in a month or in a week? Do you have any kind of limitations like that?
very, 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 very good question, right? It's a very, very good question. Yeah. So now what we did is we know we are actually powered by ChatGPT, right? So which is also credit based. So and based on the not just that, we've been able to train our AI models that actually does a deep research and also creates trendy courses, right? So all these things actually data intensive, right? So now what we do is we for the bundle, right? For the bundle, you can create as much as 30 courses per month, right? For the
30 courses.
avatar, you can
That's
create
quite a good number,
unlimited
yeah.
courses. You can create unlimited courses. But if you're using the avatar, the human avatars, those are 30. Those avatars can work on 30 courses per month. But without the avatars, if you're getting, you can create unlimited courses. Are
What
we
about
clear?
ebooks? Is there a limitation on ebooks? Because
Unlimited.
I know
If
that
you
there's
get the
also unlimited ebooks.
yeah, for the ebooks, right? So for the front end, if you got just the front end, you can create 100 ebooks, right? 100 ebooks, right? But if you're getting a bundle, you can create unlimited ebooks, right? So the bundle actually opens you to the world of unlimited possibilities, right? So there is no limit to how much you can create,
That's a pretty
right?
good idea.
Yeah.
See, guys, I'm gonna tell you something about this. I reviewed the software, and I think the best way you can utilize this is to create a lot of lead magnets. Now, if you're trying to be an online marketer, the most important thing you need here is leads, because if you
Exactly.
don't have leads, you can't have a business. And this is the
Exactly.
first thing I learned myself in my business, and I'm sure Steve, you would agree that you need to have leads, and leads
Yeah.
will only come to you if you give them value. So it
Something
could
of
be a product
value.
that you are
Yeah.
selling, or it could
Yeah.
be even if you are running ads, or you're doing social posting, or you're doing SEO. People will come to your page, but they need to be convinced that they should leave their email address, they should leave their phone numbers, and then you can contact them. And I think you can create a variety of lead magnets. It's got like, uh, you can create unlimited video courses if you don't use the avatar, and if you use the avatar, it's 30. But 30 videos on, like, it's like 30 lead magnets, or 30 giveaways, or 30 mini courses. You could use them as lead magnets. You can even sell them in some situations, but they can be a compelling force to grow your business and turn you into actually a viable coach. Like, I do a lot of trainings myself, and I know, Steve, you are already a coach, you're mentor to many students too. One of the ways I grab my students, for example, is by giving them access to mini courses. Like on this channel, you see a lot of my courses, a lot of my trainings,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
how I acquire my students. What about you, Steve? Do you have a similar workflow where you get students by sharing something that you know already, and then they get intrigued, and they come to you to learn more?
Exactly. The thing is, we are actually very, people actually know a lot about everything, and like little about nothing, right? So like what I say, sorry, a lot about nothing and little about everything, right? So what that creates an insatiable quest for knowledge, right? There is an insatiable quest, like a amount, a hunger for knowledge, a thirst for knowledge that it's insatiable, right? So for every time I have a content to share, I see that there are lots of students, as long as it's something that is of value, that is of value, that helps them to solve a problem, right? There are lots of people, a lot of students that want to learn these things, and I do that mostly on my social media platforms, right? On Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, where I pick a topic and I just share certain findings about such topics, right? And I've seen that over time, my user base have actually increased. I've gained more followers, I've gotten more leads, and it has actually helped me to get more targeted leads, high quality targeted leads that are actually interested in taking action, right? Leads that are interested in learning, and those are leads that are more likely to be involved in your business, right? More likely to take positive actions to help grow their businesses, right? So the e-learning, this course creation, have actually has been an eye opener, right? That actually enabled me to understand that as long as you keep giving out value, you understand, you keep giving out value, you're going to keep having streams of leads, students
Absolutely.
that are
Yeah, it's
interested
it's
in
all it's
consuming
all
this
about
value.
value.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So over time, initially the target was, let me keep putting out as much value out there as much as I can. But over time, I've seen that putting out this value has now turned into a positive business models, because these
Yeah.
students, these consumers have entered into my funnel, and over time they've gone through that process and I've bought other courses, I've gotten subscribed into my other apps, my other softwares, and they're happy customers right away. And I'm super excited about that. And the fact that it also helps me to
Totally,
segment them.
totally get you,
Yeah,
Steve. Totally get you. Just for some of my viewers who might not understand what the funnel workflow, I want to explain to them, and I want to put it in context of how you can do this with Courseller.
yeah,
Funnels are like a gateway. So you start off with a product that you're selling, and then when you have the customer, when you understand that you have a person who needs something specific, like you are selling coaching, you're selling courses using Courseller, and you've created these courses, but then when somebody comes in who buys the course or who opts into the course, if you're giving it away as a lead magnet, you know that this person is a human being and he will certainly need other products, other services too, which could be related to what you just sold him. And then you can
That's
scale it up, you
correct.
can create related courses, because again, you can create a lot of AI based courses, you can create compilations, you can create courses. Each course can be a chapter into a comprehensive longer course, and then you can give it away as an upsell, which is like if somebody buys a product, they can buy the second level of it and pay you more money. So that's the concept of a funnel. It works very well. I use it in my business too, like Steve, and it helps me maximize the value of my customers and also give the maximum value to the customers that I have. So certainly don't just sell a product and forget about the customer. When you have a customer, just try to keep him there with you forever. Just try to help him as much as you can. That's the best business model. Then you don't have to look for new customers all the time, but you have a person you can just go back to again and again. What do you think about that?
That's
Is
yeah,
that your
that's
experience?
yeah, that's very correct. Yeah, Cyril, you're very, very correct. Yeah. So it's not just about selling, right? It's about providing value, right? So as much as you keep providing value, you're creating a pipeline for for leads, right? Quality targeted leads to
Yeah.
come into your funnel. As Cyril has explained it, and they are most likely to buy other stuffs you have to offer, right? So a course on the front end, a course on the topic manage, right? Now you can also create a funnel, right? Funnel of courses, right? So you have the basic of a particular topic,
Yes.
right? You have the intermediate of that topic, you now have advanced of that topic, right?
Yes.
So for the basic of the topic, you can have it as the foot in the door, right? I call that the foot in the door. So you use it as a lead magnet, right? So it just gives them the basic information of that particular problem, right? To give them the basic solution on how to solve that problem. Now you now provide an intermediate solution, right? So you can put that at $97 one time or $97 per month or per year, however you want to charge it, right? Then for the advanced, you can now make that a 997 course, right? A full-blown 997 course. So this is just within how you can just, and this stuff can actually be done in Courseller within a day or less than that,
Awesome.
right? You can have a
Awesome.
full-blown course funnel within a day, all
That
powered by
reminds me, by
AI.
the way, guys, I want to tell you this. If you want to create a funnel using courses, and Steve just used the word course funnels, I do have a product called Course Funnels where you can host courses from Courseller and
Yeah,
create an entire funnel. So just plugging my
yeah,
product in because it's very much in context. And I know
yeah.
users of Course Funnels might want to take a look at Courseller. I know a
Most
lot of you guys
likely,
are
yeah.
here today, so you could take a look at Courseller. Maybe you need content for your course funnels, and that's where to
Yeah,
find it.
exactly. So you could
Steve,
create the courses
yeah,
and channel it into course funnels, right? Both of
absolutely,
them work
absolutely.
hand in hand together,
Yes, yes.
solving different
Steve, I want
problems.
to ask you. I know you got a busy day. I know it's the launch day for you. You got it running. So
Yeah.
I wanna ask you more about the product. Coursera, what are your plans for it? Are you planning any new features, any new expansions in the coming months?
Yes, we do. Now, what we're doing is we actually this is actually the first version, right? So we have a roadmap, and we are going to be having. Okay, now what we're going to be doing is we normally have bi-weekly trainings, right? Bi-weekly over the shoulder, step-by-step implementation training, where we take our users from the foundations of e-learning into advance of e-learning, right? How to build a business around and build and scale their business around within the e-learning industry, right? So now within those, whenever we have in those training, we also have questions and answer sessions, right? Where we have user gain use valid user feedback, right? So we also listen
So
to constructive criticism,
if I'm
suggestions.
right,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt you here. If I'm right, people who buy Courseller can actually get on calls with you or learn from you about how to use it, how to implement it, and how to set up their business.
Exactly. That's what
Oh,
we
that's
mean.
that's
Yeah.
amazing value. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Okay, one more
So
one more thing about this, Steve.
yeah.
I know you've got a launch going on, and if I'm not wrong, right now you are offering Courseller at a lifetime access price. Like people don't have to pay for it again every month or every year. Is that right?
That's correct. Yes, that's correct.
Can you tell me a little bit about the offer? What can they get if they order now during the sale?
Okay, now so we have we have the front end, the main offer, right? The main offer, which is the front end, just contains just the front end features, right? Not the entire features, and that goes for 37 dollars, but we're giving a $5 coupon that takes it down to $32, right? Now that's also a one time, but it doesn't give you unlimited courses, right? So you can create 100 courses, you can create 15 avatars, you can create 15-minute, 10 minutes videos, right? So now, once you get the main offer, right? So you can go through the funnel, you can go through the, or you can get the unlimited upgrade, the enterprise upgrade. We also have the agency upgrade and the white label upgrade, right? For you to be able to white label your dashboard, right? Yes, but now we also have another offer, which is the bundle that is actually exclusive to our high partners like Serial, right? So now that is a bundled offer, the bundled deal where we bundle the entire funnel and give them at a huge discount at over 60%, 70% discounts. But now, mind you, this bundle deal is going to be taken off immediately after the launch ends, right? So it's actually first come, first serve, and it's not going to be on forever. So this is actually the best time to grab into this bundle deal, right? So now the bundle deal is a bundle of the front end, the unlimited upgrade, the enterprise upgrade, the white label upgrade, the agency upgrade, the agency accelerator upgrade. That we have over six upgrades in that bundle, all given at 60% discount. So if you get a bundle, you're saving over $600 on the funnel, right? And you're
Wow,
getting it,
wow.
yeah. And now to also make it even super exciting, we're also giving an extra. Now it's also heavily discounted at 297 already. Right? Someone was actually saying we could actually sell this for 2997. That's $2,997, and it's actually worth it, right? Yeah, we know that, right? But we for our partners that Serial, we love giving a special discount to their customers, right? Your existing customers, right? So for only 297, we're also giving a $50 coupon, right? That also saves you $50 again on the 297. That means instead of you
Wow.
to pay 297, you can actually get it for 247 once you get it
Wow.
through Serial.
Guys, I want to
Exactly.
point out the coupons that Steve is talking about. They're all down there in the description, or if you're on the review page, then you will find them on this page. And the highlight of this, Steve has a pretty good offer. And the highlight that I want to point out specifically is Steve is also giving out a white label. And if I'm not wrong, that means people can actually relabel course seller as their own product, and they can promote it to other people. They can sell Courseller to other people and keep the money. Is that right, Steve?
Yeah, so what the live white label offers is the ability for them to customize the dashboard, right? So your students are coming in, they don't know that we are there, right? They won't see us. They have nothing to do with us. We are not there. You own your branding. You have your branding on your course. If you want to, it's optional. If you want to use our branding, fine. You can actually piggyback on our branding. But if you want to have your own branding, your unique branding, right? Fine. You can actually use the white label, customize the branding. Yeah, that is what the white label does. So you
Got it.
can actually grow your brand further using that.
Well, I agree. If
Yeah,
you're a coach, if you're starting out as a coach, then it's always wise to build up your branding.
your
Even
brand.
in the
Yeah.
beginning, you should always try to project yourself as the best version of you. So definitely, if you have the branding option and you want to really project yourself as a professional, then you should go for the branding white label option. It's available
Yeah,
as an
and
upsell, like Steve said. and
Yeah.
or you could just get the bundle deal. There is a $50 discount. The discount coupon is in there in the description, and you could grab the entire funnel for 247 one time. You don't have to pay ever again. That's cool, because no recurring is always good for the customer. So
Yeah.
that's an offer that you can grab now. If I'm not wrong, this launch is going to close in what, 3 days, and after that it's
In
gonna go
three
to
days,
recurring.
exactly. It's going to, so
Okay.
after that, the price, we are going to take off the bundle discount. The price for the FE is going to increase by $20, and some of the upsells will no longer be available, right? They are going to only be available on per month basis, right? It's going to be billed monthly, but now is actually the time to get it at a one-time grandfathered price. And I forgot to mention, sorry, yes, actually escaped. They can actually also add their team members, their clients as well on the white label, right? So you can add your team members. Let's say you want to outsource certain aspects of your Courseller business. You can actually add in your team members, right? Now you can actually manage courses for your clients, right? So you can add them as a client on Courseller as well. So we have the team member section, we have the clients section as well, right? So we have actually created everything to make you appear as a very seasoned professional e-learning business.
Great,
Yeah,
great. Good to know, Steve. I guess
yeah,
we are at the end of our call. Thank you for all the amazing information that you've given us. It's been a
yeah. It's
power
my
pack call,
pleasure.
very, very fast, and we really had fun. I really had fun. I learned a lot. Thanks
Yeah,
for sharing about your journey as an entrepreneur. And before I close this call, I want to ask you: is there any wisdom you want to share? Or I would, just rephrase it. What would be the biggest learning that you learned during your entrepreneurial journey that you want to share with others who want to get started, who want to achieve what you have achieved already?
yeah. So what I could actually say is this: is you never give up, right? Never give up on your dream, right? So you may actually try to get something done the first time, you may not actually work, but don't give up on that dream, right? So you hold on there, you learn from your mistakes, you execute, and but if giving up should never be an option, right? So the next one is you also need to understand trends, have the ability to understand trends, right? What is actually trend? Where is the trend headed, right? So understanding where the market actually goes actually gives you an advantage, right? So you could actually be prepared for where the market is actually headed, right? So you could actually take
Absolutely.
advantage of it as well. Yeah,
And
those are
I
the
really
knowledge that
appreciate, Steve, I really appreciate that when you gave the advice to never give up, you also made execute a part of it. And
exactly,
I want to point out, guys, a lot of us want to achieve difficult things, difficult dreams, but it's not just about dreaming, and it's not even just about giving up, it's about execution. So when you dream something, when you think of an aim or a goal, you just
exactly,
cannot achieve it, or you cannot get near it if you're not working on it, if you're not executing. So don't just dream. And of course, when you dream something, you cannot afford to give up on it. You have to get there, but then also execute along the way. And it's okay to start small. It's okay to have a small business in the beginning, have small outcomes, but then build upon the outcomes, execute better, learn better, and set up an amazing business. So execution, like Steve said, is a key here.
yeah, vital. It is. It's vital.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, guys, I'm going to end on that note. Thank you for all the wisdom. Steve, by the way, again, let me remind you again, Courseller is on a lifetime sale right now. But if you miss it, it might still be sold, and you can find the link here. I know a lot of you will be watching this video even days or maybe even weeks or months later. So don't give up. Don't worry about it. Just go and check out the link. Maybe it's still available. Maybe even if it's not lifetime, I know it's going to be a good deal at whatever prices Steve is going to set up after the launch. Always remember, the launch is the first event that an entrepreneur has. So Steve's launch is the first event, and this is the time when it is the best offer, of course. But if you missed it, if you missed being into the grandfathered cohort, don't worry. Get into it when you can and use it for the prosperity of your business. This is Cyril Jeet signing off with Steve
Thank
Tari.
you.
I'll see you again The next time with Steve or with a new guest. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Cyril. It was a pleasure.
Same here, Steve. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.